Welcome to The Explainer. Today, we're going to tear up the old rulebook. We're diving into a radical, ancient strategy for how to win, not just succeed, but actually win in any major project you take on. And it all comes down to speed.
So let me ask you something. You've got this brilliant idea, right? A great team, maybe even a solid budget. What's the one thing, that kind of silent assassin, that can just bring the whole thing crashing down? Now, I bet you're thinking it's money. Running out of cash. That's the classic story, isn't it? Well, yeah. But that's usually just a symptom of a much deeper, way more dangerous problem.
The real killer is a lack of speed. It's time. Every single day that ticks by is this unseen enemy, just draining your resources, your team's morale, and your shot at victory.
To win, you have to know your enemy, right? And in any project, your biggest enemy isn't the competition, it's delay. Seriously, think about your project like a military campaign where the clock is just always ticking. On this battlefield, every single moment you hesitate brings you that much closer to defeat.
You know, the ancient general Sun Tzu knew this 2,000 years ago. He warned that just to put an army in the field, which is basically like launching your project, it costs a fortune every single day. That meter is always running.
And that ancient wisdom, it's more relevant today than ever. So what does 1,000 pieces of gold look like now? Well, for a typical tech project, it can easily be $150,000, burned every single day. That's your payroll, your overhead, marketing. It's this relentless drain before you've even won anything. And listen, the cost isn't just about the money. A long, dragged-out project just completely exhausts your team. Their energy fades, their focus gets dull, and you know who notices? Your competitors. They see you slowing down and they pounce. They start copying your ideas, poaching your clients. Once that momentum is gone, man, even the sharpest leader can't easily fix that kind of damage. Once you really get this, it forces every leader to make this fundamental choice. It's a choice that defines your entire strategy, and honestly, it decides your fate. Because there are two very different paths you can take. On one side, you've got perfect and slow. This is the team that's always tweaking, always refining, trying to build this absolutely flawless product. And on the other side, you've got clumsy and fast. These guys launch quickly, even if it has flaws. They learn from the real world and they adapt. And I'm telling you, on the battlefield of the market, fast and flawed will beat slow and perfect every single time. Sun Tzu, he just nailed it. There's real value in speed, even if it's a bit messy. But there is no such thing as a skillful delay. Waiting isn't a strategy, folks. It's basically surrendering to the hidden cost of time.
And this is why we have got to redefine what cost even means. It's not just the money you see on a spreadsheet. No, it's the market window that slams shut. It's the competitor that steals your big idea. It's that brilliant team that just burns out while you're off chasing a perfection that, let's be real, never actually arrives. That is the true accumulating price of delay. All right, so how do we actually fight back against this enemy, time? Sun Tzu doesn't just point out the problem, he gives us this brilliant two-part survival playbook, and it translates perfectly for the modern world. Okay, rule number one is to plug your own leaks. Get ruthlessly efficient internally. That means securing your funding and key resources once, so you don't have to stop and start. But the second rule, this is where the real genius is. Forage on the enemy. You literally use your rival's own resources to fuel your growth. So what does that actually look like in practice? Well, it's aggressive. It's things like poaching their top talent, using your customer complaints to build out your features, turning their bod press into your marketing, or even acquiring their assets when they stumble. It's about being opportunistic. The leverage you get from this is just incredible. Think about it. Every single resource you take from a competitor, well, that's one you don't have to pay for, and it's one they can't use against you anymore. You're saving your own strength while you're depleting theirs. It's a double win from a single move. Absolutely brilliant. But look, a great strategy is nothing without a motivated army, right? To win fast, your team needs to have this intense will to fight. So, how do you create that? Simple. You do it by sharing the spoils of war. First things first, you have to ignite their fighting spirit.
Give them a reason to fight with some real urgency. Frame the competition as a direct existential threat to your collective survival. You want to create a shared sense of, well, righteous anger. And then, when you win, even a small battle, you share the rewards immediately and generously. Victory has to have a tangible, immediate payoff.
And we're not talking about some end-of-year bonus here. No way. This is about the developer who fixes that critical bug getting a reward that day. It's about the new talent you just poached from a rival being welcomed and celebrated, making your whole army stronger from day one. These small, instant rewards for victories, they create this powerful cycle where winning itself becomes the fuel. Okay, so let's bring all this together. All these ancient strategies, they all point to one inescapable conclusion about the nature of competition, whether it's on a literal battlefield or in the boardroom. And look, this is not just some abstract philosophy. You can apply this stuff right now. In business, instead of some year-long slog of a project, aim to launch something in 90 days. For your personal life, instead of just dreaming about a career change, set a 3-month sprint to make it happen. And maybe most importantly, know when to stop the bleeding. Cut your losses on a failing project or even an energy-draining relationship. Just cut them and move on.
This quote really is the ultimate takeaway. The goal isn't to fight a long, honorable campaign. The goal is to win. And victory demands speed, it demands efficiency, and it demands a ruthless focus on that one objective.
Because in the end, the battlefield of the market is just unforgiving. It doesn't care about your perfect plan or your noble intentions. It only rewards the people who actually deliver. There are no second chances for being slow. So I'll leave you with this question to think about.
Look at the most important thing you're working on right now. Could be in your business, could be in your life. Are you truly fighting for a swift, decisive victory? Or are you just playing it safe, just trying not to lose, all while your most precious resource, time, is just slipping away every single day?